Hello everyone, this is Arjan with Blockchain Wizard again, and today I'm super excited to talk about a stock that I have a long position in, and I think it's going to do really well, and that is Nvidia. Nvidia has been changing the game in AI, it has been changing the game in graphic rendering, it has been changing the overall graphics market, and also the artificial intelligence that we're seeing in everything from our day to day, from working with companies like Tesla to a numerous different gaming consoles, gaming companies, and so forth. So they're really involved in AI, and I really think that's the future of technology, and that's why I believe in Nvidia so much. I have a long position on Nvidia, and I see this as a stock just like Amazon when it first started out, and it's seeing exponential growth, and I think that's the real future of everyone. For everyone, everything has AI in it. Everything has AI built in it. As we move along, as everything has gets IP integrated with it, with all the technical things that we use, all the digital things that we use, all IOTs, it's gonna have an AI component sooner than later. That being said, got some exciting news about Q1. Nvidia just released. It made over 289 million out of graphic cards just from mining alone. So it clearly tells us what the sentiment is in the market. People do believe in mining. People do believe in Bitcoin. People do believe in cryptocurrency. At the same time, it's great news for Nvidia, just because they're the backbone of all this graphic mining. In fact, I'm a huge contributor in it as well, and I hope my contribution made a little bit of a difference in Nvidia's stock going up. A very minute little amount, but it probably made some kind of difference. As you might know, I mine as well. I have 8 gigabit Nvidia graphic cards, 1070 cards. They do really well with mining. It takes less amount of energy, and it's not as noisy as the other other graphic cards. So that being said, let's just dive into some of the things that I've been seeing. There's technical analysis. You can break the coin into bits and pieces. You can or their share into bits and pieces. The coin, the company, and see. You can do a bunch of technical analysis on it. But fundamentally, Nvidia is, I think, is the future. As I mentioned before, it is the game changer. It is the backbone of all AIs. Anything to do with IOTs that run AI or graphics rendering, Nvidia is going to be part of it. So, just from a fundamental perspective, there's a huge market for Nvidia as we move forward. On the technical side, if we look at some of the things, so as you might know by now, I like to use the 4-hour chart. I love the 4-hour chart. It gives me a real insight into how stocks or coins are doing. It gives me enough granularity to look at the technical aspects and see what the candles are doing, how the volumes are doing. But at the same time, it doesn't clutter my charts. It doesn't clutter my thought process, and it avoids me from getting into the analysis paralysis effect. So if we try to see some of the trends that with Nvidia, these are, don't be alarmed by the number of all these bits and pieces on my chart. It's fairly simple. I'm just trying to find a trend and see where things are going. My trend analysis starts from 2018. If we look at the start of this year, we see a 54% or 27% growth in the stock price. Roughly from 194, we see a jump all the way up to 245. So it started out really good. It took about 29 days, so about a month, for this to increase 28%. It retraced 17.5% or 17% in about 6 days. Then it jumped up 16.5%, around the same price point where it was, maybe a little more, and it took it about 14 days or 15 days. We see the stock moving sideways. Then we saw a downtrend, a little bit of consolidation for about 2 days. We see the price moving up again for about 14 days. Then we start seeing a little decline again for about 6 days. We see it consolidating and moving up slowly for 9 days. And then we see this huge price jump. And this is probably due to the recent, their call on their stocks and how they did in Q1 and so forth. Here we see a 19% uptick in 14 days again. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see what it does. And typically what I see on average is it takes about 14 days for its prices to hike up. It sees at least 15% increment whenever there is a huge price change. In this year alone, until May, we've already seen it do this 3 times, almost 4 times, where it has a price increase of 15% or more for about 14 days or more. What do I think is going to happen next? I think this growth is going to go up even more. With the recent news of Nvidia doing really well in Q1, and more and more IOTs coming into place, every day with AI in terms of self-driving cars and all these different news about AI. I think this is going to repeat what it did earlier this year, where it saw 27-28% increase. So I think this stock is going to see a roughly about 28% increase. So right now it's landed at 250, 255. I have my stop losses close to around, I think just over 250 or at 250. I have to double check, but I have a long hold on this coin, on this stock. Now, if we look at this, if we try to see what it would do if it had a 28% hike, and if we just do a hypothetical scenario, we can see this stock price jumping up to 279, 280. So, and I think this is very realistic as well. If we look at the one-day chart, I mean, yeah. So I think this is great. This is really, really good for the stock. I think there's a lot of room to grow. Again, I think 270, 278, 275 is very, very possible. We saw this happen last time. It took it about 30 days. Right now, it took about I don't know, I have to double check, but from say 425, 426 all the way up to 510. So that's about 15 days, right? I think we're gonna see more. I think we're gonna see another 15 days of hike of this price going all the way up to 279. I think that's really feasible. I think that could really happen. Right now, the RSIs are really high. They'll probably see a little bit of a consolidation, just like how we saw right here. Maybe the RSI drops down to about the 60 level, and then it jumps again. And this is when we see another price increase. So that's my thought process on Nvidia. I think this is a great company. I think the product that it has is amazing. This is the future. This is the backbone of the future. This is what makes AI. This is what helps build everything, all the technology, all the thought process, all the excuse me. I guess that was a pretty loud bite that just went by. A lot of the technical stuff that's happening is going to be on Nvidia's backbone. So I'm really bullish on this stock. I hope this helps, and I wish you luck, and hopefully we can all make money on this. Take care, guys. Thank you.